What's going on? How are we? Okay, so I was just having a shower and I just had an idea for a video. Now it's something that again has been covered. I'm sure if you just type anything on YouTube about it, you'll get stuff. But it's this sort of this phenomenon about sort of how 20% of the guys are sleeping with 80% of the women, and essentially sort of like how that has come about, how it works. Now, pretty much all of it's come about because of like the modern dating scene, modern dating apps like the hookup apps, things like Tinder and Hinge and Bumble, and just general like stuff like those sorts of apps. Now, basically, what sort of happens is, sort of you'll have sort of like your chads, your guys who are 9 or 10s, chiseled features, 6 foot tall, maybe earning 6 figures, built like a brick shit house. They go on there, create a profile. Most of the time, pay for the full version. But they'll go on there, they'll create a profile, they'll chuck on some pictures, ones where they're looking off into the distance, or they're sitting on a rock, or they're sort of like passively laughing at something, and someone's taking a picture. They go on there, they set up the profile, probably just fill it with rubbish. Then you'll get the women. Now obviously you'll get sort of like the 9 or 10 women creating the profile, all that, but you'll get obviously 6, 7, 8s. They'll be there, they'll create their profile, they'll go on and they'll start doing the swiping and all this, left right, and then Chadalicious, or whatever his name is, will come along and he'll appear, and she'll be like, well, yeah, he's hot, he's nice, yeah, quite, yeah, all right, I'll swipe yes. Now, she's not the only one that has actually done that. There's probably another 100,000, 10,000 women who are sort of like 6, 7, 8s doing the same thing. Now, on the Chad side, his phone's blowing up. He's looking down at his phone and he's like, women. Oh, hey, how you doing? I like you, blah, 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 this sort of stuff. He's loving it. So now all of a sudden, he's thinking, well, why not? Why not go out on a date with these women? You see, guys have a bigger range of who they'll date than what women will. So guys will go out on a date and sleep with women who are sort of like 6, 7, 8s. It doesn't bother them. The thing is, these chads don't want to date and have relationships with 6, 7, 8s. So what happens? These girls swipe. The chad swipes that he likes him. They think, oh, this is fantastic. This Mr. Chadalicious, he likes me. He wants to go out on a date with me. Maybe we can have a relationship. But he doesn't. All he cares about is the sex. So he'll go out and you'll sleep with him, you'll have sex, and then what? He'll ghost you. He'll flake on you. You're there thinking, oh, why? What's happened? We were getting on. He was like, nice, and we slept together. Doesn't he like me? He must have liked me because he slept with me. That's what happens. No. Guys have sex. Guys enjoy having sex. They will have sex with a woman and not even consider having a relationship with them. That's how a lot of guys are. So now she's thinking, oh, well, what can I do? So she goes back on the app again. Now, by this time, she's thinking to herself, well, I pulled a 9 or a 10 before. surely I can do that again. So she's back to the app, swiping through again. Another Chad pops up. Oh, brilliant! Another one. I like him. Same thing happens again. The Chad on his end says, "Yeah, all right." Now remember, his phone's blown up. He's got options. He's got all these options. He's like, "Yeah," but you just got to remember, Chad, like these guys who are 9 and 10s, don't want a relationship with someone who is a 6, 7 or an 8. What they're waiting for is for the 9 and 10. Now, obviously, they'll be getting 9 and 10s coming up, and they'll go out and they'll probably sleep with them. What they want is a relationship with a 9 or 10 that's going to be, that puts up a little bit more of a challenge, because that tells the Chad that she just doesn't sleep around, that she's got a few, a few more standards, that he has to sort of like, bring his game. And sort of, the Chads like that. Obviously they don't want to challenge, like, something equivalent to climbing Mount Everest or something like that, but they like the challenge because it tells the Chad that she's got a bit more innocence about her. There's a bit more. She's not just willing to drop her knickers on the first date. So then what happens with these women who are sort of like the 6, 7, 8s? Well, they continue on the app, swiping all the time, because they've had a taste. They've had a taste of the Chad, and they want the same. They want the same again. They've had a taste, and so it's like chasing the dragon. So they go on a date with another Chad, sleeps with him, flakes on him, ghosts him, doesn't hear from him again. They think, oh, well, right, I'll go out with another one, same again. Go out with another one, same again, and it keeps happening. And then eventually, she gets to something like 30, early 30s. 10, 15 years have gone by. She's been using the app 10, 15 years. She's in her early 30s. And she's like, oh my God, what have I been doing all this time? I've gone through so many guys searching for the one perfect Chad, and they've all just left me. And she's probably thinking that, I want children. So what does she do? She settles. She settles for someone that is a 6, 7 or an 8. Someone most likely who's a bit more of a simp. Someone who knows that she's got a high body count, but he'll put up with it because he's just happy. He's happy that he's found someone. He's in a relationship. He'll put up with the fact that, she's probably had more dick than a Richard convention. But then what happens? They get married, they have kids, and all the time she's thinking about the Chad. The Chad's just kicking around in her head. And she could probably sort of not think about it, ignore it, try and get on with her life, She can sort of drink and party with her friends and not have to worry about it. But eventually it catches up with her. It's actually proven that women who have got higher body counts, women who have as horrible as it is to say, women that have been railed are more likely to cheat in a relationship and are more likely to divorce. And it's because they've gone through so many guys that they're unable to pair bond with a guy. They can't do it. They've taught themselves this ritual so much that they can't connect, or they find difficulty connecting, and it's always kicking around in the head. So then what happens? Divorce rates go up, like we've seen. I mean, I think it's Pearl who says 95% of women on the wedding nights aren't virgins. Like these days, which is, if you actually think about it, it's like pretty crazy. So it's how. I mean, it is what it is. How we can get out of this, I'm not honestly sure. I mean, I think now it's becoming more known. People are talking about it more, so there is a possibility that the younger generation, younger females, actually see it and think, "Oh, hang on, I'm going to try and be in a bit of a relationship, or if I do match with one of these chads, I'm not just going to drop my knickers on the first date. I'm going to try, and then if he doesn't show any interest, or if he just runs off, then I know." But I don't know. Like I say, it's just a video idea that came to my head. Other people have talked about it, but I just sort of wanted to put my spin on it. So I'm sure I've probably ruffled a few feathers with this one, but if you like it, please do subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I will try to look at the comments, and if I can, reply. So yeah, I will see you in the next one.